I've often seen children lay in the grass and watch the clouds, occasionally pointing towards one and laughing when they see an elephant or a flower in the sky. This is something I too have done in the past, and it intrigues me how those puffy white clouds could keep me entertained for hours. But in reality, it is my imagination rather than the clouds that entertain me. There have often been times where I might not see the same thing as my friend, which will eventually lead to a heated debate of whether the cloud above us is a tree or a clown on a unicycle balancing an elephant on its nose. But neither one of us is wrong, and that is the beauty of it. Everything that we learn, see, and perceive is different from others, and so is the way we think. Everything that we listen to, read, and see is there because someone thought of it, an idea so original that no one else could think of the same. The theories that Albert Einstein came up with couldn't have been thought of by Isaac Newton. J.K. Rowling could never paint like Michelangelo, whereas Michelangelo could have never thought of Hogwarts. Every successful person started out with an idea so creative that no one else in the world could think of the same. So, what makes a person creative? Well, creativity is not only when it comes to writing, inventions, or even art. Rather, it is a way of life. The most successful people are successful because they do things differently. They look at things the way others wouldn't, and they ask the right questions. They have figured out what works for them, and that is what makes them successful. So, we can say that creativity is the art of looking at something differently and then applying it in your own life. Instead of whining about the fact that an apple hit his head, Newton asked the question, why did it happen? Instead of just feeling sorry for the poor, Mother Teresa asked herself, what can I do to help? After all, as Picasso said, others have seen what is and asked why. I have seen what could be and asked why not. According to psychologists, the core reason of a creative personality is openness. Openness to experiences tends to drive our creative forces. People who open up to life experiences have a greater tendency of gaining success, as it gives them a layer of mind soil where ideas are able to take root. Success is the sum of many characteristics put together, each one designed by you to suit yourself. So, it becomes extremely necessary for you to find, or rather create, your own path to success, then follow the same one others have taken 1,000 times. You can't possibly take someone else's puzzle piece and expect to fit into your puzzle. Even if it does fit, the cartoon in the puzzle will probably have a flower pot instead of a foot. It just doesn't work. Think of yourself as a business. Invest in making it authentic and let it stand out from others. The best marketing strategy is the one that has never been used before. Your competition will only grow, and it is your creativity that will help you in this race to the top. We often aim to be so-called normal, wanting to fit in, but this fitting in is usually at the risk of becoming invisible in the crowd. It means doing what the crowd does and eventually achieving what they achieve, even if that is not what you wanted. So, is fitting in important enough to risk your own success? We all remember the first man to step onto the moon, Neil Armstrong. But How many of us remember the second? By the way, it was Buzz Aldrin. So, instead of trying to become the next Picasso or Einstein or Shakespeare, become the first you. It is the only way your success will be truly yours without having to share it with someone you might have possibly imitated. After all, as Samuel Johnson said, no man was ever great by imitation.